Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, the problems that afflict the Nigerian state are problems that you all know. So there's no new news that I can bring you via this video about the problems of Nigeria. You all know them. So there's nothing to be said in this video that you don't already know. The corruption, the bad leadership, the wasted resources, etc. So you all know this. But then you all also know that Nigeria is a very wealthy country, both in terms of mineral resources and especially in terms of human resources. So how did we then make that journey from being wealthy in all of the ways that we are to being the poverty capital of the world? So the pathway from that wealth, that potential, to this poverty that the country presently lives in now is a pathway that is paved with corruption, bad practices, wasted resources, poor leadership, etc. So how do these things actually manifest? So let's go to some of those elements. Let's go first to poor leadership. So we have a poor leader in Muhammadu Buhari. I don't think there's any real dispute about that. The man is not contemporaneous. He has no real grasp of economics. He has no real grasp of human cohesion in terms of bringing all the divergent peoples of Nigeria together to form one. He has no real grasp of that. He has no real feel for the people. All he has a feel for is power and religion. We all know this. So he has poor judgment, he's very parochial in his outlook, etc. So we all know this. And this really is one of the key reasons that has led us from a potentially wealthy country, which was a pathway that we were embarked on, to now being the poverty capital of the world. So now let's look at that in detail. So we have poor leadership in Buhari, and that's fair enough. It's not fair enough, but that's one element. But then how does that then cascade to then impact on the Nigerian people? So when you have poor leadership, you have poor judgment. And then when you have poor judgments, you have poor appointments, and then when you have poor appointments, then you have this very poor impact on the people, and when you have that poor impact on the people, then you have the poverty capital of the world. So this is the journey. So now we have Buhari in situ and his own appointment in terms of the people that he wants around him, because Buhari, you have to understand, is a very narrow-minded person and is a very insecure person. Buhari, one, is intimidated by intellectuals, so he doesn't like people who speak too much grammar rather around him. So he doesn't like that. He doesn't like people that he has to contend with intellectually, because he's not well read, he's not an intellect. Nobody is putting Buhari forward as an intellectual. They are only putting him forward as a strong man. That is really his suit, a strong man. So he's not comfortable around intellectuals, that's for certain. He's not also comfortable around people that are not of his ethnicity. We also know this, and that's all reflecting in the appointments that he's making in his cabinet, etc. The appointments that he has discretion on always goes to a northerner. So this is the narrow field then that Buhari is selecting from in terms of governance for Nigeria. So the narrow field that Buhari is selecting from in terms of governance for Nigeria are his first port of call is his ethnicity and his religion, and then the next port of call are people that he knows over the years. So his group of friends, his clique, and then his religion and ethnicity. So now that narrow a field then excludes all of the key talents, because a lot of the key talents in Nigeria are people of a different generation, a younger generation, and a different mindset from Buhari. So all of the people that would move and promote that country are of a different mindset to Buhari. So now, where am I going to with this? I'm going to the appointment of people like Ibrahim Idris as the Inspector General of Police, and that is a good example right there. So when you make that poor appointment, you see what impact that then has, because Ibrahim Idris understood his job as being loyal to Buhari and being loyal to Buhari solely, and he went on to set after persecuting all the people that he perceived to be enemies of Buhari, and there's allegations allegations of mass corruption against this guy, etc. So the whole of the 4 years that this guy was in situ, this Ibrahim Idris, was completely wasted years in terms of the Nigerian police service. There's been no progression made. All he spent his time doing was chasing after Saraki and Dino Melaya and people like that. So that's one element. Another element now, so the real heart of this video is this article that I'm about to read you. The Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America. And bear in mind, by the way, before I go into this, the United States of America is singularly the most important country in the world, and Nigeria is singularly the most important country, especially in Black Africa. So the most important country in Black Africa has representation in the most important country in the world. So now, who is then the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America? Well, I will tell you who the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America is. His name is Silvanus Nsofo. His name is Silvanus Nsofo, a retired justice of the Nigerian Court of Appeal, and his age is 82. So we have an 82-year-old man representing Nigeria in the United States of America. So now let me pause this video here and then play you a clip of this gentleman as he goes about his duty in the United States of America. So you'll see him in this clip with the Central Bank of Nigeria governor attending an event. So the central bank guy is the guy guiding him, and the guy being guided is the ambassador. So watch this. So there you have it. So now, who exactly is this man? Well, let's find out a little bit about him. So his name is Silvanus Nsofo, as I said, a retired justice from Nigeria's Court of Appeal. He assumed office as the ambassador to the United States of America on November 13, 2017. It is his first ambassadorial posting. Nsofo was born March 17, 1935 in Oguta in Imo State, Nigeria. Buhari first appointed Nsofo an ambassador in 2017. His confirmation hearing on March 1, 2017 did not go down too well. He refused to recite the national anthem when asked by one Senator Benga Ashafa, who was concerned with Nsofo's age and fitness to serve. When it was suggested that at 82, Nsofo may be too old to be an ambassador, he replied, "Go and ask Mugabe, who is still working." Robert Mugabe was forced out as Zimbabwe's strongman leader in November 2017 at age 93. Nsofo's nomination was denied. When asked later if he was posted to France, how he would deal with 39-year-old French President Emmanuel Macron, Nsofo said, "I will respect him despite his age." However, President Buhari renominated Nsofo at the end of March, and after a more subdued appearance before the Senate, he was confirmed to be the ambassador on June 7. So Nsofo is married with 3 children. So that is a brief biography of the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America, Mr. Nsofo. He himself has already compared himself to Mugabe, so I don't really think I can add much more to that. But really, this just strikes me as being at the very heart of the problems of that country. So when you have people like this 80-something-year-old man, he was 82 at the time, so he's probably more 84, 85 now. Who knows how old he is now? He's probably 84 now. So when you have this person as the ambassador, they've not put him in Greece or somewhere where he can go and get some sunshine. They've not put him in some irrelevant country, which would be bad in itself. They've actually sent him to the United States of America. So when you have this character, this gentleman is not a character. Let me not use that term. When you have this gentleman being appointed as the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America, the most important country in the world, and then you then wonder why Nigeria is in the state that it is. So this is really it. This goes is political appointments as reward. So this man has now been rewarded with that post to go sit in America and collect as much money as they are able to dish out to him. And this is just exactly what it is. It is reward, obviously, for his stance against Obasanjo and in favor of Buhari going back all those years. And this is Buhari signaling that he will remain loyal to his friends. But what about loyalty to the Nigerian person, to the Nigerian citizen? But there's no loyalty to the Nigerian citizen, of course, because the Nigerian citizen is an irrelevant to Buhari. All he's interested in is in power, and is in posturing, and is in religion and ethnicity. These are really the things that interest him. And if anybody is in doubt, then go to the United States of America and ask to meet the Nigerian ambassador there. And then once they are able to wheel him out in whatever form he is then, and then you have a 5-minute encounter with him, then you have a full understanding of what the problems are with the Nigerian state. So there it goes again. And there it is again. So I'm going to be featuring much more of this type of videos, highlighting really, because now we are digging into the details of the exact problems, because we want to isolate and identify the problems of that country. So it's not enough anymore to just say it's bad governance and bad leadership and corruption. We now want to go down to the very details, to the minutiae of it. And this is the minutiae of it now. So there's been no progress in the United States for the last 4 years, because we have an 82-year-old man unsteady on his feet and confused of his environment, not just in Aso Rock, but in the United States of America too. So maybe Buhari wanted somebody younger than him as the American ambassador as the Nigerian ambassador rather to the United States. That's why he appointed this 82-year-old man, so that he can feel younger. I don't know what's going on there, but really this really goes into, so if you ever wondered why Nigeria suddenly became the poverty capital of the world, this video right here is all you need to have that understanding. So it's Rotimi Amaechi, it's Ibrahim Idris, and it's now this gentleman, this ambassador Nsofo, Silvanus and so forth, and within those three names, and you add Buhari as the cherry on top, and therein you have all you need to know of the problems that afflict us as a country. So this is where the difficulties are, and this is what this video is about. So it's really to flash up this guy, this ambassador chap, and to see what you guys make of him. An 82-year-old, mid-80s man as the Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America. That there it is. It's no word of a lie, and you saw the video clip of him. You saw the little clip that I played. So that is really, I can't really get the words together to really express the frustration that I feel sometimes when I see these things, you know, because it's almost criminal, you know, this sort of thing that we're witnessing, you know. Anyway, let's come have a conversation about it in the comment section, because I know I've rambled on enough in this video and it's going to drag on a lot longer. I was hoping to capture it within 10 minutes or so, but you know, it's just too much to say on it. So we'll continue that conversation in the comment section. I'll leave you here, but before you come join me in the comment section, click on the red subscribe button so it goes gray, the bell button so you're notified as soon as I drop a new video. Then once you've done both, come join me in the comment section. Let's trash this out. So I'll leave you here, meet you there, but here I say peace.